how American farmers raise millions of poultry on pastures at a scale that astonishes the whole world. Have you ever wondered how millions of chickens, ducks, and turkeys in the United States are raised? Amid the endless green fields stretching to the horizon and modern farms, Americans have built a massive poultry industry where technology, science, and nature blend together to create food for hundreds of millions of people. Today, let's explore the fascinating journey inside the largest poultry farms in America to discover how millions of birds are raised and cared for every day on the vast pastures today. Chickens are the most commonly raised poultry on the grasslands of the United States. In addition, duck, turkey, and quail farms are becoming increasingly common, especially in states with strong agricultural development such as California, Iowa, Texas, and Minnesota. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, by the end of 2021, the total poultry population nationwide reached about 813,000. Among them, chickens accounted for the highest proportion with about 64%, followed by turkeys at 26%, while ducks accounted for only about 0.04% of the total number of birds raised. Today, most poultry in the United States are raised under industrial models in enclosed barns that tightly control temperature, lighting, and feed. Only about 7% of all poultry are raised free-range on open pastures, where they can move freely and forage naturally. A typical example of this natural free-range model is a duck farm in Tipton County, Indiana, where more than 200 ducks are being raised. Here, the adult ducks are primarily kept for egg production. Every morning, hundreds of ducks are herded onto a pasture covering about 2 hectares located right next to the farm. They freely forage, catch insects, and find natural food, helping the eggs develop a richer flavor and better quality. According to data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture in 2021, Indiana alone had around 275 duck farms operating with a total flock of more than 27.5 million ducks. Among them, Cova Farm in the town of Middlebury is the largest, raising more than 11 million ducks. However, as in many other states across America, most ducks in Indiana are still raised in enclosed barns to control disease and increase productivity. Only about 17 farms in the state follow the free-range model, aiming to improve animal welfare and enhance the quality of products for the high-end market. In addition to the natural food that ducks find while foraging freely, workers at the farm also provide daily supplements of pellets and grains to boost nutrition and improve egg-laying capacity. Thanks to a nutrient-rich diet, free-range ducks can lay an average of 280 to 300 eggs per year, while industrial ducks in enclosed barns can produce up to 350 eggs annually. Although raised on wide-open pastures, since the area around the farm has no natural ponds, the owner has placed large water tubs so that hundreds of ducks can bathe each day. Bathing in the afternoon is an important part of the care routine, helping ducks maintain body hygiene, reduce stress, and stabilize egg productivity every morning. After the ducks are released to forage, workers at the farm collect the eggs, with an average yield of around 200 per day. Leaving the duck farm in the state of Indiana, we continue our journey to the state of Minnesota, where there is a large-scale turkey farm. Here, hundreds of turkeys are carefully raised following a strict process that covers every stage, from egg incubation and monitoring the health of the chicks to ensuring a high hatching rate and helping them grow strong. After the chicks hatch, those meeting the health standards are moved to a separate area to begin the next growth phase. Although newly hatched turkey chicks are slightly larger than regular chicks, their appearance is quite similar, and their early care process is almost the same. At this farm, the turkeys about 3 weeks old are kept in enclosed barns for around 2 months before being released to the pastures to forage naturally. Allowing turkeys to interact with the natural environment helps them grow healthier and build stronger resistance. Currently, there are about 2,500 turkey farms across the United States, with Minnesota leading the country with approximately 667 active farms. This state has the largest turkey farming scale in the nation, playing a crucial role in America's poultry industry. When they reach around 2 months of age, hundreds of turkeys at the farm are released outside to freely forage, catch insects, and move across the pastures. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, by early 2022, the total number of turkeys nationwide reached about 224 million, with Minnesota alone accounting for around 44 million, nearly 20% of the entire U.S. turkey population. However, only about 7% of these are raised free-range outdoors. One of the exemplary free-range models is a turkey farm in Minnesota that currently raises about 570,000 black turkeys. When mature, turkeys raised on farms can weigh between 13 and 18 kilograms, while wild turkeys usually weigh only about 7 to 9 kilograms at most in the late afternoon. Hundreds of turkeys are herded back into the barns to rest and to avoid predators such as foxes or wildcats. This practice not only ensures the safety of the flock, but also helps maintain stable productivity for the farm. When it's time for harvesting, turkeys that meet the required weight and standards are caught and transported to processing plants. According to statistics, in 2021 alone, about 46 million turkeys were consumed in the United States during Thanksgiving, 22 million during Christmas, and 19 million during Easter. On average, about 330,000 turkeys are processed every day nationwide to meet consumer demand. The next stop is a free-range chicken farm in the state of Iowa, which is considered the largest poultry farming hub in the United States, with a total flock of over 61 million chickens. Inside the farm, more than 900 chicks are carefully cared for during their first 3 weeks of life, kept warm, monitored for health, and fed adequately, before being released to vast pastures for free-range living. Currently, there are about 196,000 chicken farms across the United States, but only around 11% of them apply outdoor free-range methods. After about 2 weeks, the young chicks are released into the fields, where they can get used to the natural environment, move freely, forage, and grow stronger. At this farm, all chickens are raised for meat, so their diet is adjusted differently from those raised for eggs. Their feed consists of about 90% corn and soybean meal, providing sufficient nutrition for rapid growth, firm meat texture, and a naturally rich flavor. After about 3 weeks of age, workers catch hundreds of chickens, place them in cages, and move them to the open pastures. Here, mobile chicken coops have been prepared to welcome the new members. Each coop can accommodate around 50 chickens, and they will live there until they reach the proper size for meat harvest. Thanks to daily free movement, the quality of chicken meat on this farm is always rated higher than that of chickens confined in cages. When the chickens reach about 4 months old, similar to the turkeys, hundreds of them are caught, placed into crates, and transported to processing facilities for consumption. In addition to meat chicken farms, there are also around 3,400 free-range chicken farms across the United States focused on egg production. The eggs from these free-range farms are typically priced much higher than those from cage systems, offering better nutrition and a more natural flavor. Every year, the United States produces around 97 billion eggs, with approximately 11 billion coming from free-range farms. On average, each American consumes about 288 eggs per year, showing the enormous demand for this food, especially for eggs from natural free-range models. Next, let's explore agriculture and livestock farming in the state of Texas. In Hill County, there is a farm that raises more than 600 Spanish goats each day. These goats are released into pastures next to the farm, where they can freely run, graze, and enjoy the natural environment. Unlike other large herds on big farms, the goats at this facility are only allowed to move within about 1.2 miles around the breeding area. This management method helps make monitoring, caring for, and controlling the herd easier and more effective. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's 2021 statistics, Texas alone had about 943,000 goats spread across more than 1,300 farms. Many of these farms also raise both goats and sheep to make the most of their resources and improve production efficiency. Currently, most goats in Texas are raised for meat, accounting for up to 53% of all goat meat production in the United States. Meanwhile, goat milk in the U.S. is mainly produced in California, which has favorable conditions for dairy goat farming. When a goat reaches about 18 months of age, it is considered fully developed and weighs around 50 to 55 kilograms. Each day, a goat consumes about 4% of its body weight in food, of which 80% is grass, the main source that helps maintain health and steady growth. By late afternoon, hundreds of goats are herded into barns or safe enclosures to avoid predators. It is estimated that each year, around 1,100 goats in Texas are attacked by wild animals such as wolves, coyotes, or bobcats. In addition, meat processing plants across the state handle about 630,000 goats per year to supply the market. Besides goat farming, Texas is also famous for its large cattle ranches, with herds reaching thousands of head. One of the important tasks on these ranches is branding calves. Branding not only helps identify each calf when it is released to graze, but also represents a long-standing tradition closely tied to Texas ranching culture, reflecting the experience and customs of local herders. Unlike goats or sheep, cattle in Texas can move up to 15 miles per day to search for food. Herd management and guiding are performed by cowboys, often assisted by herding dogs. These dogs help keep the herd together and protect them from predators. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, in 2021, Texas had about 174,000 cattle ranches with grazing areas covering up to 390,000 square kilometers, nearly the size of California. Texas has the largest cattle population in the United States, with around 10.9 million head, accounting for 13% of the country's total. With its massive scale, Texas plays a key role in supplying beef to both domestic and export markets. Every day, Texas cowboys guide herds across permitted grazing lands to ensure cattle are well fed while preventing grassland damage. This job requires patience and skillful herd control. Currently, the average annual salary for a cowboy in Texas is about $33,000, depending on experience and ranch size. In addition to free-ranging herds, there are also millions of cattle raised in large-scale feedlots. These cattle receive careful care, adequate feed, and regular health checks instead of having to find food themselves, helping them grow strong and reach optimal productivity. Each year, about 4.3 million cattle in Texas are processed to supply the meat market, accounting for a large share of the approximately 30 million processed nationwide. Leaving the cattle ranches behind, we continue our journey to the vast vegetable fields of Texas to learn how millions of tons are harvested each year. In southern Texas, asparagus harvest season usually occurs in late May and early June, when the spears reach ideal size and tenderness for the best quality. During this period, thousands of migrant workers gather at farms to carefully but quickly pick each asparagus stalk to keep it fresh and undamaged. Each year, about 25,000 acres of land in the United States are used to grow asparagus, with an estimated production value of $98 million. After harvesting, asparagus is neatly arranged in specialized plastic trays and transported to factories for packaging before being distributed to markets across the country. Besides asparagus, cilantro is also a common crop grown in eastern Texas. During the harvest season from April to September, hundreds of workers from Mexico come to farms to help. Each year, about 150 to 180 acres of farmland are used to grow cilantro in Texas, a much smaller number compared to around 4,000 acres in California. On the cilantro fields, dozens of workers carefully cut and bundle the herbs into small bunches, then quickly pack and transport them to vegetable stores to keep them fresh for consumers. Not only cilantro, but in Houston, Texas also has farms specializing in growing lettuce. According to 2021 data, the total area of lettuce cultivation in the U.S. reached about 119,000 acres, with California accounting for 71% of the total, while Texas had around 3,700 acres. This shows that lettuce farming in Texas remains relatively modest compared to California, the national leader in this field. Every year, millions of lettuce heads are harvested directly from the fields, then trimmed, bundled, and carefully packaged before being delivered quickly to grocery stores and supermarkets. On average, each American consumes about 6 kilograms of lettuce per year. Continuing the journey, we arrive at a cotton farm in San Patricio County, Texas. From mid-October to December, most farms across the state begin the harvest season. During this period, billions of cotton bolls are cut, collected, and fed into machines that compress them into huge round bales using modern harvesters and compacting machines. The entire process happens quickly and efficiently, reducing manual labor for farmers. According to data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, in 2021, Texas had more than 2.1 million hectares of farmland dedicated to cotton, making up 43% of the country's total cotton-growing area. With this vast scale, Texas is considered the largest cotton-growing region in the United States. Alongside Texas, Georgia, Mississippi, and Arkansas are also among the states with the largest cotton-growing areas, playing vital roles in the U.S. cotton industry. By the end of 2021, Texas had about 7,950 active cotton farms with a total harvest of around 7.7 million bales, each weighing over 220 kilograms on average. After harvesting, these massive bales are loaded onto trucks and transported to processing plants for ginning, oil extraction, and the production of various products. Thanks to its large cultivation area and high yield, the cotton industry generates an average annual revenue of about $1.7 billion for Texas, making this crop one of the state's most important agricultural pillars. Globally, China is currently the largest cotton producer, with an annual output of about 5.9 million tons, accounting for most of the world's total production. India ranks second with about 5.3 million tons annually, while the United States ranks third, producing around 3.8 million tons. These figures show that although the U.S. has vast cotton-growing areas, its total yield is still lower than that of the two leading Asian countries. What do you think about the large-scale livestock and farming processes at American farms? If you want to continue exploring many other interesting secrets about agriculture and the lives of farmers around the world, Don't forget to subscribe to the Hands of America Discovery channel so you won't miss any new videos. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.